Well, thank you so much, Rosa, for being my partner in this, for all your energy and enthusiasm, and continue to do this. And I do feel Bam in this room. She is still out there, still active, still pushing, and I know it would be excited to know we're here today. The simple fact of the matter really is that women are getting shortchanged, and they have been for a really long time. The Equal Pay Act was actually signed into law over 50 years ago, and the Lilly Ledbetter Pay Act was signed into law 14 years ago. And still, women are being paid less than their male counterparts, and the gender pay gap has barely budged in 2 decades. You know, Rosa and I have had to hold the same press conference as she referenced way too many times, but we're going to keep coming back because today women in the U.S., on average, are paid only 77 cents on the dollar compared to men. And the gap is far greater for women of color. Black women are paid just 64 cents compared to white men, Latina women 54 cents, and Asian American and Pacific Islander women paid as little as 80 cents for every dollar their white male counterparts make for the same job. And employers are still able to brush off reports of pay discrimination with really flimsy excuses like, well, he was a better negotiator, or those guys were paid more money previously, as if that had anything to do with it. So let's be clear. We may say 77 cents on the dollar, but we aren't just talking about pennies here. We are ultimately talking about huge, life-changing amounts of money that women are not getting paid because of a system of laws that lets their employers take advantage of them. Because we know when a woman is paid less today, the damage to her economic security can stretch far into the future. Getting paid less than your counterparts hour after hour, year after year, really adds up. And when you're paid less now, that disparity often carries over to your next job because salary history is too often used to determine your future pay. So no matter what your counterparts are making or your new responsibilities. And let's not forget inequities like investments compound over time. Over the course of a career, the wage gap robs women of hundreds of thousands of dollars in wages and in retirement savings. For some women of color, it can ultimately cost them over $1 million. Women are literally paying the price of inaction, and the cost is sky high. So we have to put a stop to these practices for good. That's why I'm proud to be here with Rosa today to reintroduce the Paycheck Fairness Act alongside every Democrat in the U.S. Senate today. This bill will take some common sense steps to close the loopholes that allow pay discrimination to continue. It will protect workers from retaliation for talking about their pay. It will limit the use of prior wage history in the hiring process so discrimination cannot follow workers from job to job. And it will increase transparency and accountability so workers know they are being paid fairly and can hold their employers accountable if they are not. You know, this just shouldn't be controversial. In fact, the bill passed the House last Congress with bipartisan support. So my message today to everyone is, let's make this Congress where we finally get this long overdue bill passed into law. I gotta tell you, women are sick of being shortchanged. They deserve better. They deserve equal pay. And we're going to keep fighting until they get it. And with that, I am proud to turn it over to Melvina.